Hi, it's Craig, and welcome back to my channel. Have you recently experienced a federal workforce restructuring? Are you wondering how to explain your job transition from the federal government in a way that keeps you competitive in the job market? Today, I'm going to walk you through how to address this situation in your cover letter, which is hugely important, and how to address it professionally, concisely, and in a way that highlights your strengths. Let's get started. If your position was eliminated as part of a government-wide workforce efficiency initiative, such as DOGE, which is all in the news now, and which is the actual restructuring tool that this administration is using, you're not alone. As you know, many professionals across various agencies have been impacted by these broad restructuring efforts, and it's been across the nation. The key challenge for this is explaining this career transition in a way that reassures employers that your departure wasn't due to performance, but rather structural changes. Now we know there's a bunch of litigation going through the courts right now, up even to the highest courts, regarding how to present the information of why government employees are being let go during this time. But regardless of how that legislation is going, I'm going to give you some keys and tools and tips of how to structure your cover letter so that you make sure you're covered in an explanation as to why you were let go from the government. Now, the best approach is to be direct but be positive. Okay, here's an example of a strong statement that you can include in your cover letter, and I'm going to show them on the screen, and then I'll just read them as they're being shown on the screen. Okay, here's the first statement. Due to a recent workforce restructuring under the Government Workforce Efficiency Initiative implemented by the Department of Government Efficiency, my position, along with many others, was impacted as part of a broad organizational effort to streamline operations. It is important to note that my departure was in no way related to performance, but rather a result of structural changes within the federal government. Throughout my tenure, I consistently demonstrated strong performance, professionalism, and a commitment to excellence. And I'm eager to bring my skills and experience to a new opportunity where I can contribute meaningfully. This statement does a few things. Number one, it explains the situation clearly. Number two, it reassures your future employer that performance was not the issue. And number three, it transitions quickly into your value and your future potential, because that's what you want to show employers whenever you start looking for interviews and getting jobs and getting a job with a new employer. You want to show your value and future potential to that company. And you want to make sure you highlight that it was not as a result of performance, because if it was, you would not have gotten the job in the first place. Now, if you want a more concise or forward focused version of that statement, here are a few alternatives that you can use. Here's one. As part of a government wide efficiency initiative, my position was eliminated during a restructuring effort. This decision was unrelated to my performance record, which I'm happy to discuss further. That's one small one you can use. And another alternative is, while my departure from federal service was a result of a government wide efficiency initiative, I'm eager to leverage my skills and experience in a new role. Okay, now the next question that comes up is where to actually place this statement in your cover letter. And all of you are familiar with the how a cover letter should look. You've got your subject, you've got your text, you've got your name, possibly your address. Same way you would do it at the top of a resume that you're writing. Your name, your address, your email address, those kinds of things, and you have just the header there. And then you say, "Dear hiring manager," or "Dear employer," or what have you. That's the first part of it. Okay, and so where to place this particular statement? You're wondering where this should go? The best placement is as early as possible in your cover letter. Okay, typically the second or the third paragraph in the body of your cover letter is where this should go. So you address it right away, right up front, and then transition into showcasing your skills and experience. So addressing it right away lets them know you're not trying to hide from it, but you're addressing what happened, and then you're going to move right into what you can do for the company. Beyond your cover letter, you want to make sure you're prepared to discuss this transition when you get to an interview. If asked, you want to stay confident and frame it as an opportunity for growth. Keep it simple, professional, and focus on your strengths. It's going to be hugely important that your employers know that you actually made it through this time mentally intact, ready to go, ready to provide value to a new employer and not broken by this particular incident. So you want to make sure you exude confidence, not just in your cover letter, but even in follow-on processes. And I've got other videos which will talk about interviews, interview skills. Make sure you check that out on my channel. Okay, remember, job transitions happen to the best of us. The way you frame your story makes all the difference. I know this is a very difficult time for everybody, but you got to stay positive. The reason why you have to stay positive and stay upbeat is because looking for a job is a job in itself, right? Whenever calamity happens where you've lost employment, looking for a job becomes a completely different job in and of itself. So you want to make sure that you're staying on top of all these things. You want to make sure that you're staying upbeat. You have to make sure that you show the indomitable presence, that this is not going to break you, this is not going to shake you, that you are still the talented, skilled individual that you were before you got let go from the job, or before you had to resign, or had to move away from the job as a result of any restructure or reshaping. You have the responsibility to let your future employer know, also that interviewer. And on paper, that's the first interview, your cover letter, which you show in the documents that you provide in the job application, is the first impression and the first opportunity to let people know the type of person that you are. And it's going to showcase your writing skills. It's going to showcase the ability that you have to grammatically put sentences together, the ability that you have to respond to problem sets. This actually could really work out in your favor. This could really work out to be a good thing for you, because it'll show employers, it'll show people who hiring managers, people who are looking to find really, really good people, and people are looking to find employers who are looking to find someone who is not going to shrink in the face of setbacks, not going to shrink in the face of obstacles. It's going to give them an opportunity to see who you are right away, right up front. And so those first impressions are going to be extremely helpful. So stay positive, highlight your accomplishments, and show employers that you are that guy or that gal. And you can show employers that as early as writing your cover letter, preparing your resume, doing your curriculum vitae, and giving them a paper document of the type of person that they're going to bring on board. I believe you can do it. And I believe you'll have the confidence to tackle any job, any designator, anywhere that they put you, particularly because you were able to get through this and get to federal employment, which all of us know is very difficult. This is just another challenge that you will overcome. So if you like this video, make sure you drop a comment below. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. If I can't answer them, I will definitely direct you to someone else who can. And remember, live royally and live well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.